Hello, and welcome to Let's Make a Top-Down Shooter. This video is about making the projection portion of the Flame Burst Dash ability. And a special thanks to all my supporters. Thank you for helping me help others. We're going to start by creating the projection actor. So this will just be an actor. We'll call this BP Flame Burst Dash. All this will be a skeletal mesh and Niagara System. So the skeletal mesh is going to be Quinn. So as usual, we want this at -90 and -90. Now that is the reason why it's not being set as the default scene root. Default scene root only has scale available, and we don't want to have to worry about setting up the location and rotation every time we spawn it. Also going to add a Niagara component. And this will just be burning. Let's throw that 50 up so it's closer to where it is in game. The skeletal mesh by default here is no collision, which is what we want. Now for a projection, this is just what's being moved when you're doing the flame dash. You could set up an animation class and have it in a different pose. I'm not going to bother with that now, so it'll just be in this A pose here. And then I'm going to create the gameplay ability, which is TDS gameplay ability. Call this GA flame burst dash. We'll set this initially because I will forget otherwise to movement ability. I'm going to open up Frosty Step because we will be using a lot of the same stuff. So I can copy, I won't forget commit this time. Copy all of that. I'm going to create variables of type vector for loc and destination. Paste that in. So we're getting our actor location, that's loc, and then we're getting the location of the mouse cursor. That will be our destination. We're going to take our destination and we want to get the distance from that to the location. We're going to save this as dist. I'll just call it distance. And then we're going to spawn the projection actor. Split open the transform. This will start at our player's location. And we can use the destination, subtracting the location. To get our rotation. We're going to switch this, even though there's no collision, we'll just make sure that it always spawns. Save this actor here as actor. And the type here will be our BP Flame Burst Dash. And then we're going to wait for input release. Since we want this to happen over time, we're going to call our delay until next tick. Set up this loop. So in here, what we're doing is we're going to get the world delta seconds. We're going to multiply this by a value. This value is how quickly the projection will go forward. So we'll make this 500. We'll be adding that change to a variable, which we'll just promote this here to, we'll just call it factor. So factor will start at 0. Each tick, it will just have 500 times that tick duration added to it, so 500 per second. And then because we don't want to overshoot the distance, we're going to find the min between this new value and our distance. And that will be set to factor. So during this loop, basically factor is just going from 0 to distance at a speed of 500 per second. We'll be using that value to take our location and lerp it towards our destination, where the value from 0 to 1 that we're sending in here is going to be our factor divided by the total distance. So since factor is going from 0 to distance, factor over distance becomes the value from 0 to 1. We're then going to save this as new loc. And we'll use that to set the actor location of the projection. And then loop back to delay until next tick. On release, we're going to call the dash function. We're going to destroy our projection actor. And of course, as you know, call end ability, because we do want to use this ability more than once. For now, all dash is going to do is get our avatar actor from actor info, set the actor location to the new location. This logic will be updated in the next video. So lastly, we will not forget, this needs to be added to Quinn and the default abilities. So in here, I hold down spacebar. You can see it's rotating the correct way based on the rotation I set. It's got the burning on it, and it goes to the location where my mouse was and no further. When I release, it teleports me there. You can see, of course, that when you release and it's not all the way there, it just goes to where you release. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video and would like to see more, you know what to do. And if you would like to support this channel, watch these videos 2 weeks early, or just want to download the project files, you can do so through my Patreon linked below.